see if we can go to them.
Oh. Hello? There's no one here. Hailey, there's no one here.
The light's flickering now.
Okay.
That is so great. So we think now is the best time to get this camera rolling so you guys can hear any of this or experience any of this if it were to happen again. And also we're gonna fire up the spirit box right now and just see if anything kind of does decide to come through and communicate. With that being said, we definitely only want to communicate with things of light and love. Yeah. I do want to note, like I said, this was an incredibly tragic space prior to being built into this hotel. People were hung for crimes that they may or may not have committed, and there's probably a lot of lost souls or even trapped souls here. So I'm not anticipating the most positive spirit box session.
Right. It
would be great to have one, but I definitely am taking into recognition like the space that we're in.
And I think that a lot of the spirits here are just so anxious and probably just want to be heard, and hopefully by the end of this, even if it's not a positive spirit box, we will have at least maybe help some people.
So that's what we're about to do. I'm gonna grab the spirit box and let's fire her up.
There's like people talking. What was that? It sounded like a whistle.
You didn't do that?
No, I didn't freaking do that. What was that?
I don't know. I laugh when I'm uncomfortable.
What is it? It has to just be someone outside, right?
I'm sure.
Tyler knows where we are.
Yes. Do you want me to search the place?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm so scared. I literally heard a whistle, like this, like that, but it was like really low and muffled. That's why I was like freaked out about the closets.
Do you want to do the spirit box?
I don't know. I almost feel like at this point, I get this feeling that they're all sort of clamoring for attention, and maybe the spirit box will help us. But I think we're probably gonna have to say one at a time, please. About a million times. So let's just get started. Let's do the thumbnail first, because I'm probably gonna be crying. Did you do that? Hailey?
I don't know what it's doing.
What just happened?
It's frozen on everything.
Are the batteries dead?
No, because no.
I told you that when we got in here, my phone battery just died.
Loey, the power's on though.
Now I really don't want to hear what they have to say.
Loey, my spirit box, I just...
Hold on, let me see. Look how scratched up your battery is. Look how scratched up it is.
What the heck?
It looks like it's been dropped and like taken out. Show this to them. Your battery looks like it's been like... That scared the crap out of me.
What the heck is happening? Loey was starting to feel incredibly uneasy. She kind of feels targeted by whatever's here because she had a lot of weird experiences earlier. So we took a moment, I said a big prayer, and we are ready to kind of progress, to kind of put into perspective everything that's kind of occurred. We've heard every single thing without even realizing it, and some could argue it may have been subconscious, and that's fair game, that's totally okay, but we weren't thinking of it in those moments. So maybe our subconscious was, but regardless, we've had crazy experiences. We definitely had the closet door open. We've heard the chains, but more recently we heard a whistle, and we just started experiencing all of these strange noises.
All of these like weird noises, almost like thudding sounds that I hear off and on. We heard the chains again. Like, I cannot begin to express to you guys. So I was gonna say, like, wait. Oh, that was you.
You're freaking me out now.
Sorry. Oh, I felt something really weird. It felt like somebody like touched the top of my head just now. It was like this, like, it was like right here, and it felt like the lightest little like touch right there.
So without further ado, should we get started?
I guess we should.
She's really nervous about this.
I really am very nervous. I quickly want to explain this to you guys. Again, I saw this on Huff Paranormal's channels. I'm not taking any like molecule of credit for it or anything like that. It's more so that he showed it, and I thought, what an incredible idea, because it's not a word bank, it's a sound bank. So the spirits have to form words. So it means that everything that comes through is supposedly formed by the spirits. Now we've heard very clear things with this so far, so clear even that I'm kind of like, can that possibly be true that there's no words in here? But according to the app developer, that is the case.
So I'm really excited to do this on here, honestly.
Okay, so basically, here's the app. I turned on the echo earlier because I feel like it helps you hear the words longer. And I'm gonna press start and it's gonna get scary as heck. So are you ready? You have to hold it though, not me. Ooh. Ew, ew, ew. Ew, ew, ew. You can turn off the echo. Heard me.
My name's Hailey. What's your name?
Steven. My name's Steven, is it?
Wow. How many of you are there?
One.
How many of you are there? Are you guys... Were you imprisoned? Yes? Were you hung?
Oh, I'm smiling because I'm so uncomfortable. Wow. Body.
Body, okay.
Oh, body.
Are you stuck here? I have to ask. Please don't leave. What is that? I have to ask you, were you making noises in here earlier? Okay, well, I'm gonna shut this off in just about 1 minute. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Don't leave me.
Wait, they're telling me to stop. I
Can't.
Why when I hold it, is it way more?
I don't know.
Don't.
Why is it you don't want us to stop? Ew.
Okay, I think I'm ready to shut it off.
Yeah, better press stop.
Okay. I got a weird feeling at the end there.
Yeah, I did too. I don't like that.
So this is the first spirit box, meaning like thing that I've done, where my whole body has, it's going through my whole body. Like I feel like I'm shivering and like.
I feel like I had like, I literally feel like somebody attached like wires to my feet and like there's just like shocks going through my whole body. Like I don't know how to explain it to you guys. Like how I feel about that is that it's kind of what we already predicted, that there's a lot of lost souls here. And we said a prayer before we even started this, and we acknowledged that we knew that it was going to be kind of a rough spirit box. I feel this weird like sadness, like a really heavy, like I'm sad.
Well, you guys, that is where we're going to conclude this video for now. I'm gonna give you guys an update in the morning as far as how the rest of the night went and how our sleep was and all of that jazz.
Who knows?
I don't know, that I had a weird feeling that whole time.
Yeah, me too.
Anyways, I will see you guys in my next update. See you guys soon. It's the next day. I hope that you guys enjoyed what we endured last night. Let's just say when we shut the cameras off, it wasn't like whatever was going on in here shut off. Things just got progressively more active. And I wouldn't say worse. There wasn't anything like evil that happened, but definitely active. So
right.
I guess let's start by Christian maybe.
Well, actually, let's start at the live stream because that's what we did right after the cameras went off.
So right after we finished filming, it was like 3 a.m. and we didn't want to just like fall asleep at 3 a.m.
So we were so freaked out from like my part of the video and just like overwhelmed and exhausted, but we just wanted something to distract ourselves basically.
Yeah, so we decided to go live on both mine and Loey's channel.
Because we love talking to you guys.
We literally love talking to you guys, and everybody kept saying it was the glitchiest live stream they've ever seen.
Yeah.
Which for one, this was at 4 in the morning, so the hotel, I highly doubt many people were using it, and for two, Loey got the best internet package for this space.
Like paid extra for like the high gigabyte internet, and like it was working fine on our phones and it was working fine to like do everything else, except for some reason it started glitching. But according to everyone in the live stream, it was only glitching when we were talking about the paranormal activity in the hotel.
And we will insert some screenshots here of all the different images that people took and all the things that they said, just so you guys know, like people who really saw the live stream, if you were one of them, then you know this is accurate. So I decided to get off of the live stream because I didn't want people who maybe this was their first live stream with me to think that that was the level of quality to which I live stream. So we got off and went over to Loey's. We weren't talking about how haunted this space was at first. Things were totally normal, and the minute we started talking about it again, it was glitching on the camera.
Yeah, because it's not like we just went from like Hailey's live stream to mine, like, oh yeah, I'll live stream and no one can see what we're doing. It was more so like I checked out all the settings, everything was fine, like I troubleshooted the Wi-Fi, like everything looked good. And then the minute we started talking about paranormal again, it immediately glitched. So we live streamed on mine, it was really creepy, and then afterwards we just watched some really dumb YouTube videos and fell asleep. Well, I should say rather, my soul sister here fell asleep and left me to stare awake for a long time at the ceiling. So I turned on YouTube and eventually I started to fall asleep. Well, it felt like I had only closed my eyes for like 5 minutes. And then Hailey said, who is that calling? And I told her, I'm just in my like sleepy haze. I'm like, oh no, it's fine, it's YouTube, like whatever. And she's like, no, somebody's calling you. And I look down and it's my brother, Christian, calling me, but it's 5:55 in the morning. And I was like, what in the world, like thinking it's like an emergency. So I answer the phone and I'm like, hello? And he's like, hey, like, I'm so sorry. I didn't even think about like how early / late it was. Like, I just miss you so much. Like, I don't even know why I called. And it was 5:55 in the morning, and half of our live stream yesterday was me talking about how we keep seeing repeating numbers everywhere.
And he had no idea why he called.
Yeah, he was like, I don't need anything. I don't even really know why I called. I just miss you. Like, how are you? So sweet. Yeah, it was like sweet. But then immediately he was like, I'm so sorry for calling you. Like, go back to bed. Like, it was so weird because he had this like, I think he just had like a brotherly instinct that something was kind of off. But it was so weird. Hailey and I are just like, okay, whatever. So as we're starting to go back to sleep, that's when I noticed this curtain, which we kind of talked about that in your video, right? Yeah. In case we didn't, this curtain over here, it's open now. But basically when it was closed, we kept feeling like it was like almost like stretching out, but there's no fan behind it. There's no fan, there's no vent. But we kept feeling like it came out. Well, I looked over at the curtain, and in that moment, right before I dozed off, I was like, huh, it's gone back down. So it was almost like somebody was like standing behind it, and then they like went away. So that was our very eventful night. But then we woke up at like literally 8 in the morning to the sound of knocking, and I said, just a minute.
Mind you, I didn't hear the first knock. I should say, I heard her say just a minute, and she got up to go to the door. Right. Then she said, Hailey, nobody was there.
Yeah, literally nobody was there. And so we started to go back to sleep. Well, we woke up again at 11.
Me too this time.
To the sound of knocking again, and somebody said housekeeping, and I said, can you come back later? But the thing was, they didn't say anything. And so I went out there, I checked the door, and like nobody was there, so I opened it. There was no housekeeping people out there. And the hallways were like long. And it took me like maybe 10 seconds to get out of bed and like go.
So crazy.
It was so freaking creepy, you guys, you have no idea.
I will conclude by saying a lot of things that occurred were very strange, like the door in the bathroom downstairs, the weird things that occurred, the weird sounds that we heard. But I will also say, for argument's sake, these could be things that people will say, well, you're making something that's not paranormal. I sense something here, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
The spirit box session that we had where you communicated with something is insane. And overall, I come to the conclusion, this is Hailey approved haunted. What do you think?
So haunted. Definitely also Loey approved haunted, in case you're curious.
I was hoping you were gonna say that.
I thought usually we like lock pinkies or we like high five. I was
we
like,
always lock
fist
pinkies.
bump, sister.
But
so, yeah.
that was our experience here. Anyways, remember, my loves, do all things with kindness, and until tomorrow, I will miss you guys so very dearly. I love you guys so much. Bye, guys.